The flood came like a beast, roaring through Harmony Creek, a torrential surge swallowing streets, homes, everything. I'm Ethan Miller, a mechanic, a quiet man, and that night, the water tore through my garage, my sanctuary, dragging tools and memories into the muck. I waded out, chest deep in the cold, relentless current, salvaging what I could, rusted pipes, a dented hood, scraps of a life I'd built. My hands, calloused and steady, worked fast, piecing together a makeshift raft, crude but strong. I pushed it through the raging flood, the rain lashing my face. My breath ragged. A family, 3 of them, clung to a porch, eyes wide with fear, the water rising fast. I got them aboard, the raft swaying, my muscles burning as I pulled us through the chaos. Mrs. Delaney, old and frail, sobbed thanks. Her grandson gripped my arm, trembling. I didn't stop, couldn't, moving from house to house, the night a blur of shouts, water, and weight. A woman, Maya Vance, a filmmaker, watched from a ridge, her lens catching it all. I didn't know her then, didn't see the camera, just felt the flood's wrath and the need to act. My town, broken and drowning, needed me. And I gave all I had, my soaked clothes heavy, my heart heavier. This was Harmony Creek, my home, a place forgotten by most, now fighting to breathe. I'm Ethan Miller, a man of few words. A mechanic by trade, living in Harmony Creek, a town crumbling under time's weight. My garage, a sagging relic of better days, is my world, grease under my nails, the hum of engines my only company. I keep to myself, always have, not out of spite but necessity. People here struggle, their lives lean and hard, and I've learned solitude suits me. My hands fix what's broken, cars, mostly, but the real breaks, the ones inside, stay buried. I lost my wife, Sarah, 5 years back, a car wreck on a rain-slick road. The pain's a quiet shadow, always there, dull but deep. I don't talk about it, don't need pity. The town's a mirror of me, worn, overlooked, a place the world forgot. My days start early, dawn light creeping through cracked windows, coffee bitter in my mug. I work late, tinkering, the clank of metal my rhythm. Folks come by, some nod, some don't. I don't mind. I fix what I can, Mrs. Porter's old pickup, no charge, a kid's bike, rusted but rideable. They don't always say thanks, and I don't expect it. My life's simple, tools, oil, silence. But the flood changed everything. That night, water swallowed my garage, my refuge. And I felt the old ache stir, loss, raw and real. I couldn't save Sarah, but I could save them, the people of Harmony Creek. So I did, wading into the dark, the current pulling at me like grief. I'm no hero, just a man with a wrench and a will to keep going. Maya, the filmmaker, showed up then, her eyes sharp, her questions sharper. I didn't trust her, didn't trust anyone from outside. Media twists things, and I've got scars to prove it. Still, she lingered, watching, and I felt the weight of her gaze, a stranger in my broken town. Every night, after the garage goes quiet, I sit in my chair, a worn leather thing, and pull out Sarah's letter. It's yellowed now, edges frayed, ink smudged from my fingers. She wrote it a week before the crash, words of love. Plans for a future, kids, a trip to the coast. Ethan, you're my steady hand, she'd penned, her script looping and sure. I read it slow, each line a blade, cutting deep. The rain was falling that night, too, when I got the call, sheriff's voice, flat, saying she was gone. I keep the letter in a tin box, hidden under a loose floorboard in the garage. A secret even from myself some days. After the flood, I checked it, hands shaking, water dripping from my clothes. The box was safe, dry, a small mercy. I held it, the weight of her words heavier than the mud caking my boots. That loss, it's why I stay alone, why I don't let people in. The town doesn't know, doesn't need to. I fix their cars, carry their burdens. But mine stays locked away. I remember her laugh, bright, echoing through this old place, and the silence now is deafening. That night, after saving the Delaneys, I sat there, letter in hand. The flood's roar outside matching the one inside me. I couldn't save her, couldn't stop the rain then, but I could act now. So I did, building that raft, pushing through the water. My chest tight with a pain I can't name. Maya saw me, I guess, her camera catching something I didn't mean to show. I don't like being seen, don't like the idea of my grief laid bare. It's mine. Private, a wound that won't heal. I tucked the letter back, sealed the box, and went out again, the cold water a kind of penance. Harmony Creek's my home, broken as me, and I'll keep fixing what I can, even if I can't fix myself. The flood left scars, but a new storm brewed, distrust, sharp and cold, as Maya's eyes followed me. Her lens a quiet threat to my guarded world. The floodwaters receded, leaving Harmony Creek a mess of mud and ruin. I worked day and night, hauling debris, patching roofs for folks too old or broke to do it themselves. The town was tense, neighbors snapping at each other, nerves raw. Old man Jenkins yelled at me one morning, said I should have saved his shed, not just his wife. Anger misplaced, but it stung. I kept going, my hands busy, my mind heavy. People leaned on me, expected me to fix everything. Cars, homes, lives, without a word of thanks. I didn't ask for it, just did it, the way I always have. Maya hung around, her boots crunching through the muck, asking questions about the town's history. I saw her notebook, her quick scribbles, and felt a prickle of unease. Outsiders don't get us, don't see the grit of Harmony Creek. My sister, Lila, called from the city, her voice sharp, saying I was wasting my life here, that I should sell the garage, move on. You're drowning in that place, Ethan, she said, and I hung up, my jaw tight. She didn't understand, never did. This town, these people, they're all I've got left. I fixed Mrs. Porter's fence that afternoon, her hands trembling as she watched, and she muttered about the news, how they'd twist our story, make us look weak. I nodded, silent, but the word stuck. Maya was there, too, lingering by my garage, her eyes too keen. I felt exposed, like she was peeling back my skin. The town's distrust of her grew. Whispers about that city woman, buzzing like flies. I shared that feeling, my guard up, my past a locked door I wouldn't open. The flood took so much, and now this, judgment, expectation. A stranger's gaze piled on, pressing me down. I kept working, my wrench turning, my heart damming up the hurt. Maya's presence grated on me, her questions poking at wounds I'd buried. One day, I caught her talking on her phone near the garage, her voice low but clear. He's the story, a loner saving this dying town, perfect for the film. My blood ran hot. She wasn't here for Harmony Creek's history, not really. Just using me, my pain, my work, for her own gain. I felt the sting of betrayal, sharp as a blade. Like when folks in town took my help and turned away, no gratitude, just demands. I'd fix their cars, their lives, for free, Mr. Cole's old Ford, Mrs. Delaney's leaking roof, yet some still saw me as just the grease-stained mechanic, a fool for not charging. Now this outsider, this filmmaker, was digging into my life, turning it into her project. I stood there, fist clenched, the muddy ground cold under my boots. I wanted to shout, to tell her to leave, but I held back, my silence a wall. She didn't see me. Not the real me, just a character for her lens. I thought of Sarah, how I'd failed her, how I couldn't fail these people, too. The town's judgment echoed hers, whispers I overheard at the diner. Ethan's too quiet, probably hiding something. They didn't know about the letter, the loss, and I'd never tell. Maya's words cut deeper, though, because I'd started to think she saw me. The man behind the wrench. I was wrong. I turned back to my work, a busted carburetor, my hands steady but my chest tight. She approached later, asking about the flood, and I snapped. Why don't you leave us alone? Her eyes widened, but I walked away, the weight of her betrayal heavy, mixing with the town's cold stares. I couldn't shake Maya's words, her plan to make me her story. It burned, the idea of my life, my quiet, my pain, laid bare for strangers. I'd always kept to myself, fixed what needed fixing, and asked for nothing. But now I pushed back. The next day, she came by the garage, her smile cautious, asking about my work. I set my wrench down, looked her in the eye, and said, "No more questions. You don't get me, and you don't get this town." My voice was low, firm, a line drawn in the mud. She stepped back, surprised, but I turned to a busted alternator, my hands moving, my heart racing. I wasn't loud. Wasn't cruel, just done being her subject. I kept working, helping where I could, drove to old man Jenkins' place, fixed his gate, no charge, even after his harsh words. He grunted, not quite a thanks. But I didn't care. I did it for me, for Sarah's memory, for Harmony Creek. Maya lingered, watching, and I felt her gaze, but I wouldn't bend. I started locking the garage at night. Something I never did, a small shield against her prying. I'd catch her near the diner, notebook in hand, and I'd turn away, my boots heavy in the muck. My resistance was quiet, like me, no big scenes. Just a steady no. I doubted myself, wondered if I was too hard, if she meant well. But the hurt of her words, the town's coldness, pushed me on. I fixed a kid's bike later, his grin a small light. And I felt a spark. Maybe I could protect this place my way. I wasn't ready to fight big, not yet. But this was a start, a stand against being used. My quiet rebellion held. But a deeper fear stirred. Her lens, still watching, threatened to crack open my guarded past. The days after my stand against Maya were tense, the air thick with unspoken things. I worked in the garage, the clank of tools steady, but my mind churned. One evening, as dusk settled over Harmony Creek, I saw her shadow near my window, a camera glinting in the fading light. My chest tightened, a cold fear gripping me. She was still filming, still digging. I thought of Sarah's letter, hidden under the floorboard, my private pain. What if she found it? What if she turned my loss into her story, splashed it across screens for strangers to gawk at? I'd kept it buried, safe, mine alone, and the thought of it exposed shook me deep. I paced the garage. The muddy floor cold, my hands trembling as I checked the tin box, still there, dry, untouched. The flood had taken so much, and now this woman, this outsider, threatened to take more, my privacy. My shield. I remembered the news after Sarah's crash, reporters hounding me, twisting my grief into headlines. Local man loses wife, shuts down. I'd hated it, the way they stripped me bare. Now Maya's lens felt the same, a quiet invasion. I looked out, saw her across the street, her figure small but persistent, and my fear grew, not just of her, but of being seen, truly seen. I'd built my life here, quiet, steady, helping folks like Mrs. Porter, fixing her car, no fuss. But this was different. My past, my wound, could be laid out, judged. I gripped my wrench, the metal cool, and stared at the dark, the flood scars still raw around me, my heart pounding with a dread I couldn't shake. The next morning, I couldn't ignore it anymore. Maya was there. By the diner, her camera subtle but real, aimed at my garage. My fear turned sharp, a blade in my gut. She was the threat, her lens a tool to pry open my life, my loss. I marched over. Mud squelching under my boots, my pulse loud in my ears. "Stop filming me," I said, my voice low, steady, but hard. She lowered the camera, eyes wide, stammering, "Ethan, I'm just showing the truth." "You're good." I cut her off. "My truth's not yours to take." My hands shook, but I stood firm, facing her, this woman who'd crept into my world. She didn't back down, said she saw a hero, someone worth showing. I didn't feel heroic, just raw, exposed. I thought of Sarah, the letter, the crash, things I'd locked away. If she got that, if the world saw, I'd lose the quiet I'd built. The control. The town watched, eyes peering from windows, their whispers a hum, distrust of her, of me for drawing her here. I felt their stares, heavy, but I held my ground. "You don't know me." I told her, my breath short, the air cold. She nodded, quiet, but her eyes didn't waver, and I saw something. Maybe respect, maybe not. I turned back to the garage, my sanctuary. The flood's mud still caked in corners. The threat wasn't just her camera, it was the past, rising like the water, ready to drown me again. I gripped the doorframe, my knuckles white, and faced it. This fear, head on, knowing I couldn't let her unravel me, not without a fight. I stood in my garage, the weight of Maya's gaze still lingering, but I wouldn't break. I'd survive the crash. The flood, the town's cold shoulders, I'd survive this, too. My will hardened, a quiet fire in my chest. I wasn't some story for her to sell, not a broken man to be pitted. I was Ethan Miller. Mechanic, a man who fixed things, who kept going. I set to work, hands steady, rebuilding a neighbor's carburetor, the clank of metal my anchor. The flood had torn through Harmony Creek. But I'd pulled people from the water, built that raft, kept them safe. I could keep myself safe, too. Maya's camera couldn't take that from me, my strength, my purpose. I thought of Sarah, her letter. Her words fueling me, my steady hand. I'd honor that, protect it. I locked the garage door, checked the tin box again, my fingers tracing its edge, my past, my shield, still mine. I walked out. Helped old Mrs. Delaney with her stove, her thanks a quiet nod. The town needed me, and I needed them, this broken place my home. Maya could film, but I lived my way, quiet, steady, strong. I saw her later, by the creek, camera down, and I didn't flinch. You won't break me, I thought, my jaw set, my boots firm in the mud. I'd face this, her, the fear of being seen, and come out whole. I'd survive, not for her lens, but for me, for Sarah, for Harmony Creek. My will was clear, a resolve deep as the water I'd fought, and I'd keep fighting, my way, unbowed. My resolve held firm. But a choice loomed, act, fight, or let her lens define me in a world I couldn't control. I couldn't let Maya's camera own me, strip me bare for strangers. My fear lingered, but I decided to act. To find the truth of her game. I started watching her, quiet like always, my boots silent in Harmony Creek's mud. She lingered by the diner, the creek, her notebook always in hand. Her words a mystery. I needed to know, why me? Why my town? Was this just a story, or something real? I worked the garage, fixing a truck, but my eyes tracked her. One day, I saw her drop a page. A scrap of paper fluttering in the wind. I grabbed it, heart pounding, mud smearing my fingers. It was a sketch, my raft, me in the flood, pulling the Delaney's to safety. Her notes scrawled beside it. Ethan, quiet hero, broken town, raw hope. My chest tightened, part anger, part wonder. Was this how she saw me? I didn't trust it, didn't trust her. I kept the page, hid it in my pocket, and dug deeper. I asked around, subtle, casual, Mrs. Porter at the diner, old Jenkins by his gate. What'd she say to you? I'd mutter, wrench in hand. They shrugged. Said she asked about the town's fall, the flood. Me. Nosy city girl, Jenkins growled, and I nodded, but my mind raced. I watched her at night, her shadow by the creek, camera glinting. I crept closer, the dark my cover, and heard her on the phone. He's the heart, the real story, pain, strength, all of it. Pain. She'd seen it, somehow, my loss, my guard. I thought of Sarah. The letter, my hidden wound. Did she know? I couldn't let her unravel me, not without knowing her truth. I went back, worked late, the garage's hum steadying me. I sifted memories, her questions, her looks, piecing it together. She wasn't just filming a dying town, she was chasing me, my story. I gripped my tools, the metal cool, and decided I'd face her, find out what she wanted. Protect what was mine, my past, my town, my quiet life. My search for Maya's truth turned up clues, small but sharp. That sketch, her notes, quiet hero, stuck with me, a hint of her aim. I kept it close, folded in my pocket, a warning of what she might show the world. One morning, I found another trace, a memory card, dropped by the garage, half buried in mud. I picked it up, my hands steady, and took it inside, heart thumping. I had an old laptop, battered but working, and I slid the card in. Clips flickered. Me, wading through the flood, raft in tow. Me, fixing Mrs. Porter's car, my back bent, face tired, but set. Her voiceover whispered, Ethan Miller, the unseen strength of Harmony Creek. My jaw tightened, unseen. Yes, that's how I wanted it. She'd caught my quiet acts, the ones I did for no praise, helping the Delaneys, patching roofs. A warning pulsed in me. She was too close, seeing too much. I thought of Sarah, my loss. The letter I guarded. If she found that, it'd be over, my pain a spectacle. I hid the card, my mind racing. Later, I overheard her at the diner, talking to a man, city type, suit, slick hair. This film's gold, he said, voice eager. Ethan's your hook. Sell the hero, save the town. Sell me? My blood ran hot, a red flag waving. They'd turn my life, my town, into a product. A show for likes and views. I stayed back, unseen, my boots rooted, listening. She nodded, hesitant, said, it's deeper than that, is heart, their fight. I didn't care, her lens was a threat. A storm brewing. I walked away, the mud sucking at my feet, my resolve growing. This wasn't just about me, it was Harmony Creek, our scars, our survival. I couldn't let her twist it. Couldn't let outsiders take what we were. The card, her words, the man's plan, clues piling up, telling me to act, to stop this before it broke me, broke us. I'd confront her, shield my past. My people, no matter the cost. I'd had enough. Maya's clips, her notes, that suit's greedy words lit a fire in me. I wouldn't be her story, Wouldn't let Harmony Creek be sold off like some cheap tale. I decided to act, to stop this, protect what was mine. That night, in the garage, the air thick with oil and mud, I set my wrench down, my mind clear. I'd face her, demand the truth. In this invasion, I paced, the floor creaking, my hands steady but my heart loud. I thought of Sarah, her letter, my quiet life. Mine to guard, not hers to take. The town, too, broken, yes, but ours. Not a stage for her film. I'd help them. The Delaney's, Mrs. Porter, kids with busted bikes, asking nothing. Now I'd fight for us. Next day, I found her by the creek, camera in hand. The water sluggish, reflecting a gray sky. I walked up, boots firm, my voice low but hard. Maya, this stops now. No more filming, no more digging. You don't get to use me. Use us. She stared, eyes wide, camera dipping. Ethan, I'm showing the good, your strength, she said, soft but sure. I shook my head. It's my life, my town, not your show. You're done. My stand was quiet, like me, but unyielding. I felt the town's eyes, windows glinting, folks watching this outsider in me. I didn't care. I'd shield them, shield myself. I thought of the flood, how I'd push through. Raft swaying, saving who I could. This was my fight now, my line in the mud. I'm acting, Maya. You leave, or I make you stop. My words hung, heavy, the air still. She nodded, slow. Something shifting in her gaze, respect, maybe, or doubt. I didn't wait, turned back to the garage, my sanctuary. I'd protect it, protect Harmony Creek, my past, my pain. No camera, no outsider would take that. I'd act, keep us whole, no matter what came at her, the world, or worse. My will was set, a vow to myself, to Sarah, to this broken, beating heart of a town. I'd drawn my line. But the first step loomed. Facing her, the flood's echo, and a fight I couldn't yet see. I'd made my stand, told Maya to stop, and now I moved. My first step was clear. Keep her out. Keep my life mine. I started early, dawn light pale over Harmony Creek, the air damp with flood's memory. I locked the garage tight, a chain on the door, my hands steady as I worked. No more sneaking. No more lenses. I walked the town, boots crunching mud, checking on folks. Mrs. Delaney's porch, still shaky. Mr. Cole's truck, rattling but running. I fixed what I could, my wrench turning. My eyes sharp for Maya. I saw her by the diner, camera down, notebook in hand. And I kept my distance, my guard up. I wouldn't let her in, wouldn't let her twist us. Midday, I went to Jenkins. His gate creaking and said, she's filming us, using us. Tell folks, watch out. He nodded, gruff, eyes narrow. City types, he spat, and I felt the town shift, a quiet alliance forming. I kept moving, helped a kid with a bent wheel, my hands quick, my mind set. Maya approached, cautious, no camera, saying, Ethan, can we talk? I looked at her, steady, and said, no, you've done enough. My voice was calm, firm, a wall built. I turned away, back to the garage, the clank of tools my rhythm. I checked the tin box, Sarah's letter safe, my heart steadying. This was my action, protecting my space, my people. I posted a sign, crude, hand-scrawled, no filming, no outsiders. It hung on the garage, a signal, my first move. Folks noticed, nodded. Their distrust of her growing. I felt the weight, the flood scars around us. But I pushed on, hauling debris, patching lives. Maya lingered, watching, and I didn't waver. I'd started, taken control. My quiet way. This town, broken, mine, wouldn't be her stage. I worked late, the sky dark, my resolve hard as the steel in my grip, ready for what came next. My first step paid off, small but real. The town turned, wary of Maya. Their whispers louder, she's trouble. Leave Ethan be. I saw it in their eyes, nods at the diner, a quiet win. My sign on the garage held, no camera near. And folks like Mrs. Porter thanked me, soft, for fixing her car, for standing up. We've got your back, she said, her hand shaky but warm. I nodded, kept working, the clank of metal steady. Jenkins spread the word, gruff but firm, and I felt Harmony Creek tighten, a shield around me. My heart lifted, a crack of light. Maybe I could keep us safe. But obstacles rose, sharp and quick. Maya didn't quit, her shadow still there. No camera but eyes keen, notebook scribbling. I caught her near the creek, talking to that suit again, his voice slick. We need Ethan. The hero angle, big views. My gut twisted. They wouldn't stop. Saw me as a ticket to viral fame. I clenched my fists, mud under my nails, and kept moving. Then trouble grew. Some folks, desperate, leaned toward her, tempted by promises, money, attention. Young Tim, barely 20, said she could help. Ethan, put us on the map. I shook my head. At what cost? Tim? Our souls. He looked away. Torn, and I felt the crack. Unity fraying. The flood's mess lingered. 2 mud-clogged drains, homes sagged, and I tired, my back aching, hands raw. Maya's gaze pressed, a quiet weight, testing me. I fixed a roof, sweat stinging, and saw her watch, her face unreadable. My win was small town's trust, a start, but the fight loomed, her plan, their greed, my past at risk. I held firm, worked on. My will a steady pulse, ready to push through this storm. I saw the small win, felt the town's trust, but the fight wasn't done. I committed, deep and sure, to protect Harmony Creek, my life. My quiet. I stood in the garage, tools in hand, the air thick with oil, mud still caked in corners. Maya's shadow, the suit's words, Tim's doubt, they pushed me, but I wouldn't bend. I'd keep us whole. Shield my past, Sarah's memory. I worked late, fixing a tractor, my hands steady, my mind clear. This was my vow. No one, no filmmaker, no outsider, would take our heart, turn us into a show. I walked out, dawn breaking, and helped Mrs. Delaney, her stove hissing, her smile faint but real. You're good, Ethan, she said, and I nodded, my purpose set. I went to the creek, saw the flood scars, and thought of the raft, the lives I'd pulled free. I could do this, fight for us. Maya was there, no camera, just watching, and I met her eyes, my voice low. I'm not your story. We're not your gang. She paused, nodded, but I didn't wait. Back to work, my boots firm. I rallied folks, quiet, steady, talked to Jenkins, Mr. Cole, said, we stick together. Keep what's ours. They agreed, eyes hard, and I felt the bond grow. My commitment burned, a quiet fire. I'd fix what broke, guard what mattered. The tin box, Sarah's letter, stayed safe, my anchor. I thought of her, my steady hand, and knew I'd honor that, for her, for me, for this town. Obstacles loomed. Maya, the suit, desperate voices, but I'd push on, my will unyielding. I hung another sign. Harmony Creek's ours, and worked on, sweat mixing with mud, my heart tied to this place, ready to stand, no matter the cost. My stand grew strong, but a public storm brewed, Maya's film. A corporate shadow, and a fight ready to break wide open. My fight to shield Harmony Creek took a turn, loud and raw. Word spread fast. A corporate giant, Apex Land Company, rolled in. Suits and briefcases, eyes on our flood-ravaged town. They wanted land, cheap and broken, to buy up homes, erase our history for condos, profits. I stood in the square, mud still thick, the air tense. As they pitched to folks at a town hall, their voices slick. Progress, jobs, a new start. I saw fear in eyes, Mrs. Delaney's, Tim's, people worn, tempted by cash. I'd fix their lives, their cars. Quiet and steady, but this was big, public, a storm breaking wide. Maya was there, camera up, filming it all, and my gut churned, my stand, my town, now a stage. I stepped up, boots heavy, my heart pounding, and spoke, my voice low but clear. This is our home, our roots, not their gain. Folks turned, some nodded, some wavered. The suit, a sharp man named Klein, grinned, said, Ethan, you can't stop progress. I felt the weight, the flood's echo, my past pushing me. I'd saved them in the water, built that raft. Now I'd fight this. Jenkins stood by me, gruff. He's right, we stay. Mrs. Porter, too, her hand shaky but firm. The crowd buzzed, a mix of hope, doubt, and I saw Maya's lens catching it all. I didn't care. This was our battle, out in the open. Apex pushed papers, offers, and I saw Tim waver, his eyes darting. I grabbed a map, old and worn, from the garage, showed the crowd our streets, our history, homes built by hands, not money. We're not for sale, I said. My chest tight, the town watching. Maya filmed, her face unreadable, and I felt the shift, public, raw, our fight alive. The suits glared, the crowd murmured, and I stood, steady. my will hard as steel, ready to hold our ground in this open clash. The town hall buzzed, tension thick as the mud underfoot. I stood there, map in hand, Harmony Creek's heart laid bare. And the truth started spilling. I dug, quiet and steady, after Apex's pitch, papers, permits, whispers from a clerk. I found it, a buried report, their plan to bulldoze homes, skip codes. Drain our creek for profit, no care for us. I held it up, my voice steady. They're lying. This isn't progress, it's theft. The crowd gasped, eyes on me, on the suits. Klein, the Apex man, went pale. Stammering, misunderstanding, folks, will build you up. I shook my head, passed the report, crisp, damning, to Jenkins, to Mrs. Porter. Read it, I said, and they did, voices shaking. Truth breaking free. Homes gone, water poisoned, our history dust for their gain. I thought of Sarah, my loss, how I'd fought the flood, saved lives. This was bigger, our survival. Maya's camera rolled, her eyes wide, catching every word, every face. I didn't stop, turned to Tim, the waverers, said, they'll take everything, our past, our future. I pulled out old photos. My hands steady, shots of Harmony Creek, kids by the creek, fairs, lives built here. This is us, I said, my chest tight, not their payout. Folks leaned in, anger rising, truth sinking deep. Klein shifted, sweat on his brow, and I pressed on. I've fixed your cars, your homes, no charge. Now we fix this, together. Nods grew, a murmur swelling, the room alive. Maya stepped closer, filming, and I saw her face shift, shock, maybe awe. The truth was out. Apex's greed, our worth, my fight. I thought of the letter, Sarah's words, my strength, and knew I'd bared it all, not my pain, but our heart. The crowd turned, voices loud. No sale, no way. Jenkins yelled. Mrs. Delaney clutched my arm. Klein's mask cracked, the truth raw, public, ours. I stood, boots rooted. The flood scars around us, ready to push this fight, our story, to the edge. The truth hit hard, and Apex's grip shook, their shine fading in Harmony Creek Square. I stood firm. The crowd behind me, their voices rising. No sale, get out. Klein, the suit, faltered, his cool breaking, eyes darting as Mrs. Porter waved the report, her voice sharp. You'd ruin us. I laid it bare, their plan to gut our town, our creek, our lives for profit. The room burned, anger hot, and I felt it, the shift. Folks who'd seen me as just the mechanic, quiet, odd. Now look different, nods, hands on my shoulder. Ethan's right, Jenkins growled, and Tim, the kid who'd wavered, stepped up, eyes clear. I'm with you. The old view of me, loner, broken, cracked. Their trust growing. I'd fought the flood, built the raft, and now this, my stand shaking their doubts. Klein tried again, voice slick, will adjust, give jobs, listen. But I stepped forward. Boots heavy, map and photos in hand. No, you don't get us. This is our home. The crowd roared, a wave, and I saw Apex's power slip, Klein's jaw tight, his team whispering, backing off. Maya filmed. Her lens steady, and I caught her eye, a flicker of respect, maybe, for this fight. I didn't care. This was us, Harmony Creek, rising. The suits' greed, their cold plan, wobbled under our glare. The truth's weight. I thought of Sarah, my steady hand, and pushed on. We've rebuilt before. Flood, loss. We'll do it again, our way. Cheers erupted, hands clapped, and Klein's mask fell. His voice weak. We'll reconsider. They'd underestimated us, me, this town's heart. Folks hugged me, Mrs. Delaney's eyes wet. You're our strength, Ethan. The old idea, me just a wrench. A shadow shattered, replaced by something real. Apex reeled, their plan crumbling, our unity a wall. I stood, mud on my boots, the air alive, my will unbent. We'd shaken them, the villain, the doubt. And I knew, deep, we'd hold this ground, together, no matter what. We'd rocked Apex, but inside, my doubts churned. Could I lead? Could I face the storm within? The crowd's cheers faded, and I stood alone in the garage, the night heavy, tools silent. We'd pushed Apex back, shaken their plan, but doubt crept in, cold and sharp. Was I enough? I'd fixed cars, built rafts, stood for Harmony Creek, but leading this fight, could I carry it? I paced, the floor creaking, mud caked in corners, my hands unsteady. I'd always been the quiet one, the mechanic, not a hero, not a voice. What if I failed them? Mrs. Delaney, Tim, the town, the flood I'd fought, the lives I'd saved, felt small against this. Corporations, cameras, a war for our home. I thought of Sarah, her letter, my loss, and the ache hit hard. I'd let her down, couldn't save her, and now this weight, Harmony Creek leaning on me. My chest tightened, breath short, as I gripped a wrench. It's cool metal, no comfort. Maya's film, her seeing me, stirred the mess. What if I wasn't the strength they saw? I kept my pain buried, my life shut, and doubted I could be more. The town's eyes, their trust, pressed heavy. I sat, head in hands, the dark closing in, wondering if I'd break, if my quiet ways, my steady hands, were just a mask. I'd stood up, fought, but inside I wavered. A man cracked by grief, unsure I could hold us all. Doubt gnawed, but I couldn't hide. I faced it, the fear deep in my bones, alone in the garage, the air thick. Still, my biggest terror wasn't Apex. Not Maya's lens, it was me, failing again, losing Harmony Creek like I lost Sarah. I stood, boots rooted, and pulled the tin box out, hand shaking. Sarah's letter. Her words, my steady hand stared back, a mirror to my pain. I read it, slow, the ache raw, my eyes burning. I'd survived that crash, the flood, but this fear letting them down, being seen. Broken, gripped tight. I paced, the floor cold, my breath jagged, and looked at myself, a man of grease and grit, quiet, scarred. I'd saved folks, built that raft, stood in the square. But could I be enough? The town's trust, their hope, loomed large, and I feared cracking under it. I thought of the water, the night I waded through, pulling lives to safety. I'd done that. Faced chaos. This was my chaos now. Inside, the dread of not being strong, of my grief spilling out. I gripped the letter, my heart loud, and stared down the dark. I'd lost her, but not them, not yet. I faced it, my fear, my limits, and whispered, I'm still here. The night held, and I stood, ready to wrestle this, to carry on, flaws and all. I faced my fear, and now I built myself back. Piece by piece. In the garage, the tin box in hand, Sarah's letter warm against my palm. I took a breath, deep and slow. I was Ethan Miller, mechanic, survivor, a man of quiet strength. I doubted, feared I'd fail, but I'd waded floodwaters, saved lives, stood against Apex. I could do this, too. My hands steadied, the wrench solid, my anchor. I thought of Harmony Creek, broken but alive. Like me, Mrs. Delaney's nod, Tim's trust, their belief pulling me up. I'd fix their cars, their homes, no praise needed, and now I'd fix this, our fight. Sarah's words, my steady hand. Rang true, I was that still. I'd lost her, but I hadn't lost me, not yet. I set the box down, safe, and walked out, the dawn gray, the mud thick. I helped Mr. Cole, his fence leaning. My muscles sure, my will clear. I wasn't perfect, cracked by grief, but strong, steady, enough. The town needed me, and I needed them. This bond my root. I saw Maya, distant, no camera. And I didn't flinch. I was more than her story, more than my pain. I affirmed it, quiet, to myself. I'd lead, fight, hold us together. My boots firm, my heart set. I turned to the day. Ready to be the man they saw, the man I was, unbowed, built anew. I'd found my ground, but chaos loomed, Apex's push, the town's cry, and a storm ready to test us all. The town square bust. Chaos breaking loose after my stand against Apex. Harmony Creek turned, a storm of voices, raw and loud. Folks gathered, eyes wide, some cheering. Ethan's got us. Mrs. Porter, Jenkins. Their hands raised, fierce. Others wavered, fear in their faces, tempted by Apex's cash, whispers of jobs, a way out. I stood, boots in mud, watching the split, hope clashing with doubt. Word of our fight spread, fast and wild, kids talking, old folks shouting, the air thick. At the diner, chatter boiled, they'll take our homes, cried Mrs. Delaney, her voice shaking, while Tim, young and torn, muttered, maybe they're right, Ethan. I felt the weight, my chest tight, but held firm, my wrench in hand from fixing a truck. Social winds shifted, some hugged me, you're our rock. Others turned, cold, you'll ruin us. The flood scars fueled it, mud-caked streets, sagging roofs, and my stand lit the match. Maya was there, filming, her lens catching the mess. And I saw it, our story, viral, raw, rippling out. Gossip flew, Ethan's fighting the suits, and I heard it, felt it, the town alive, divided. I walked, helped the family clear debris, my hands steady. Their thanks warm but shaky. The reaction grew, chaotic, a wave, support swelling, doubt stabbing. Apex's shadow loomed, their signs up, progress comes, and folks argued, voices sharp. I spoke low. We're enough, we hold this. Nods came, slow, but some walked away, lured by promises. The mess was real, a Harmony Creek, torn, loud, my fight their spark. I stood, mud on me, the social storm raging, ready to face what broke next. Chaos swirled, and Apex, our foe, stumbled, their grip slipping. Klein, the suit, paced the square, his cool gone, sweat on his brow, voice sharp. We'll build. You'll see, he barked, but the crowd jeered. My truth, their greedy plan, burning bright. I'd shown the report, the theft, and Harmony Creek roared back. Jenkins yelling, get out. Misses. Porter waving papers, liars. I stood, boots planted, watching Apex unravel. Their signs, progress, tilted in the mud, ignored as folks turned, eyes hard. Klein's team scrambled, phones buzzing. Their plot to bulldoze us cracking. I moved, quiet, steady, fixing a kid's bike, my hand sure, the town's pulse loud. Klein cornered me, desperate. Ethan, take a deal, name your price. I looked. Calm, no, this is ours. My voice cut, my will steal, and he flinched, control fading. The crowd pressed, chanting, our home, our home. A wave, wild, raw. Maya filmed, her lens on Klein's fall. His face red, stumbling words. We'll talk, adjust. But we didn't bend, Tim, once torn, shouted, no sale. I felt it, Apex's power crumbling, their scheme lost in our fire. I thought of the flood. My raft, saving lives. Now this, saving our heart. Klein's eyes darted, his team packing, their hold broken. I helped Mrs. Delaney, her porch steady now, her grip on my arm tight. You did this, Ethan. The villain reeled, chaos their mess, our strength rising. I stood, mud thick, the air alive, watching Apex lose, my town, my fight, pushing them out, unbowed. Apex staggered. And the chaos shoved me into new ground, a place I didn't expect. Harmony Creek buzzed, their cheers, Ethan, you saved us. Ringing, but the fight left scars. I stood in the square, mud deep. My hands steady, yet the weight shifted. The town looked to me, eyes bright. Mrs. Porter, Jenkins, Tim, calling me leader, not just mechanic. You're our voice, they said, hands on my shoulder. And I felt it, a role thrust on me, heavy, new. Apex pulled back, but whispers lingered. Their offers, cash, still tempted some. I walked, boots slogging, fixing a fence, my mind racing. The flood's mess remained. Homes leaning, creek choked, and now this, me, guiding us. Maya's film rolled, her lens quiet, and I saw it. Our story, out there, growing, pulling eyes, maybe help. But it pressed me, too, my life, once shut, now open, a man pushed to steer. I thought of Sarah, her letter, my strength, and wondered, could I be this? The town gathered, planning, Ethan, what next? They asked, voices eager, raw. I nodded. Slow, we rebuild, together, our way. A new place, me, leading, not hiding, my quiet cracked wide. Danger loomed, Apex might return, and folks leaned hard. Needing me, I fixed a car, sweat mixing with mud, my heart set but stretched. Maya watched, her eyes soft, and I felt the shift, alone no more. A town behind me, a fight ahead. I was pushed. Mechanic to anchor, my will firm, the garage my base, Harmony Creek my charge. I stood, the air thick, a new world, chaotic, mine, ready to hold it, no matter the cost. I'd stepped up. But a surprise loomed, new allies, a bond to forge, and a town ready to rise with me. I stood in the garage, tools in hand, the weight of leadership new and heavy. Then allies came, unexpected. Bright. Maya approached, no camera, her face open, soft. Ethan, I'm with you, she said, voice steady. Not for film, for real. I paused, my guard high, but her eyes held truth, not betrayal. I nodded, slow, wary, my wrench still. Then Tim, the kid who'd wavered, stepped up, boots muddy. I'm in. Ethan, for Harmony Creek. His grin, young, fierce, lit a spark. Mrs. Delaney hobbled over. Her cane tapping. You're ours, we fight with you. My chest warmed, the town shifting, new hands joining mine. Jenkins, gruff, brought others. Mr. Cole, kids, folks I'd fixed for, quiet and free. We've got your back, Jenkins growled, and I saw it. A line forming, unlooked for, strong. I'd fought alone. The flood, apex, my pain buried. But now they rose, these allies, sudden, real. Maya spoke. I'll help, tell your story right. I looked, saw her shift, cynic to partner. Tim hauled debris, eager, and Mrs. Delaney rallied neighbors, her voice firm. My garage buzzed, mud thick. And I felt it, support, raw mine. I thought of Sarah, her strength in me, and nodded. Together, then. A new bond, surprising, grew, pushing me, ready to hold us up. These allies, Maya, Tim, Mrs. Delaney, stood by me, and I built on it, steady, sure. In the garage, I worked, fixing a truck, Maya beside me. No lens, just hands passing tools. I misjudged you, Ethan, she said, quiet. Her eyes clear. I nodded. We start here, my voice low, trust creeping in. We talked, mud on our boots, sharing. Her drive, my loss, Sarah's shadow soft between us. Tim joined, young, strong, hauling boards, saying, You taught me, Ethan, stand up. I clapped his shoulder, a bond tightening, my heart opened slow. Mrs. Delaney brought coffee, her hands shaky, warm. We're family, boy. I smiled, rare, feeling it grow, connection, real, deep. We planned, sat in the square, the air cool, flood scars around us. I drew maps, showed homes to save, and Maya added, We'll show the world. Right. Her shift, from outsider to us, sealed it. Tim piped up, I'll work, Ethan, all in, his eyes bright, loyal. I nodded, mine will firm, their faith in me a tie, strong. We fixed a roof, together. Sweat mixing, laughs rare but true. Jenkins grunted, good team, and I saw it, my solitude gone, a unit born. I thought of Sarah, her letter, and felt them lift me, these bonds, new, tight. We stood. Mud thick, my roll clear, our pact set, ready to fight, side by side. We grew, a force, Harmony Creek's heart beating strong. I led, quiet, as Maya, Tim, Mrs. Delaney, and more, Jenkins, Mr. Cole. Kids, joined, a community alive. We gathered in the square, mud deep, the air buzzing, and I spoke. We're one. We hold this. Nods came, eyes bright, hands ready. We worked, clearing debris. Fixing homes, my wrench turning, Tim hauling, Maya planning. Mrs. Delaney rallied folks, her voice sharp, for Ethan, for us. Cheers rose, a wave, our strength swelling. I'd saved them in the flood. Built that raft, and now they built with me, a power raw, real. Jenkins patched a wall, gruff, we're tough, boy, and kids ran, tools in hand, eager. Maya sketched ideas, tell our fight. Save our home, her mind quick, ours. I felt it, the town's pulse, tied to me, to each other. We rebuild a porch, sweat dripping, laughs loud, and I saw our might, broken, yes, but unbowed. Folks I'd helped, cars, chores, no charge, stood tall, giving back. You started this, Ethan, Tim said, and I nodded, my chest full. Sarah's memory, her steady hand, fueled me and this community. This bond lifted us. Apex loomed, but we were ready, a wall of will, mud-caked, fierce. I stood, tools down, our power clear, Harmony Creek's heart, ours, strong, set to win. Our strength surged. But eyes turned, Maya's film, the world's gaze, and a chance to echo our fight far. Our stand, Harmony Creek's heart, broke wide, and the world noticed. Maya finished her film, raw, real, me in the flood, raft swaying. Then facing apex, our town united. She showed me, quiet, Ethan, it's ready, your story, ours. I nodded, wary, but saw truth in her eyes, no betrayal. She sent it out, and it hit, screens lit up, views climbing, viral, fast. I worked the garage, wrench turning, mud thick. When calls came, a reporter's bloggers, voices eager. Ethan Miller. The mechanic who fought, they asked, and I paused, boots rooted, saying, "It's us, Harmony Creek." Clips spread, me wading water, the square, our cry, our home. And the buzz grew, loud, wild. Maya stood by, smiling. They see you, the strength. I shrugged, uneasy, but felt it. Our fight, out there, alive. Posts flew, save Harmony Creek, hashtags blooming. People far off watching. Talking. A newsman rolled in. Mike's thrust, "Tell us, Ethan." I spoke, low. "We're a town, we stand together." They filmed. The crowd cheered. Jenkins gruff, Tim proud, Mrs. Delaney's eyes wet. My quiet life, once shut, now blazed, and I held firm, our story spreading a wave. Media swarmed, our scars, flood, apex, on display, and I saw it. Our voice, rippling, real, reaching beyond the mud. The world's gaze turned, and justice stirred, slow but sure. Maya's film, our fight, hit hard, views soared. Millions saw me, the raft, our stand in the square. People typed, shared. Protect Harmony Creek, and pressure built. I worked, fixing a car, mud on my boots. When news broke, officials called, Apex's plan under fire. A letter came, crisp, real, state review. Permits paused, their greed checked. I read it, heart steady, and showed the town, Jenkins growling. "We did it, Ethan." Mrs. Porter hugged me. "You brought this." I nodded, quiet, the winners. Online, voices roared, petitions, funds, save this town. And cash trickled in, small, true, for homes, roofs. I walked the square, saw folks lift, eyes bright, hope alive. Apex shrank, Klein silent. Their scheme cracking under eyes, ours and beyond. Maya smiled, "Your strength, Ethan, it's moving them." I thought of Sarah, her letter, my will, and felt it. Justice, not loud, but deep. A mayor's aide came, shook my hand. "We're watching, helping." No promises, but a shift. Our cry heard, our ground held. Tim cheered, kids ran, and I fixed a fence, my hands sure, the town buzzing. The world pushed back, fair, slow, for us, Harmony Creek, scarred, strong, seen. I stood, wrenched down, justice echoing, our fight paid, ready for more. Justice came, and I let go, no hate in me. Apex faded, Klein into suits gone, their plan broken by our stand, the world's eyes. I stood in the garage, tools quiet, mud fading, and felt no anger. They tried to take her home. But I saw their game greed, not evil, just blind. I fixed a kid's bike, my hands steady, and thought of Sarah, her light, teaching me this. Hold on, not curse. The town gathered, faces soft, Mrs. Delaney saying, "You showed us, Ethan, no bitterness." I nodded, "We fought, we won, that's enough." Maya stood by, her film done, its echo wide, and said, "You're big, Ethan, no spite." I looked. Calm, "It's not me, it's us, let it go." We worked, rebuilt a porch, laughs mixing with sweat, no venom for Apex. Online, folks cheered, sent help, and I saw good, not grudges, people giving, lifting us. Jenkins grunted, "They're out, we're here," and I agreed, my heart light. I thought of the flood, the raft, saving lives. No hate then, just action. Now too I let it lie. No rage for suits who'd lost. Tim smiled, "You're steady, Ethan," and I was, my will clear, my pain soft. We stood, Harmony Creek alive, mud drying, and I felt peace, a quiet win, no shadow of hate. Just us, whole, moving on. Peace settled, but a shadow crept Apex's echo, a final test, and our will to face it, strong. Peace held, but a shadow stirred, Apex not done. I worked the garage. Wrench turning, mud thin now, when word hit, they'd regrouped, a new bid. Sly, quiet. A letter came, cold, legal. Apex claimed a loophole, old land rights, aiming to take half our town, homes, creek. All. My chest tightened, the fight back, a threat reborn. I walked the square, showed folks, Jenkins cursing, damn them. Mrs. Delaney's eyes dimmed, fear creeping, Tim tense, "Ethan, what now?" I felt it, the flood's echo, their greed rising like water. Maya nodded, "Steady, we've got this, you've led before." I paced, boots firm, thinking of Sarah, my strength, our stand. Apex moved fast. A sign up, future starts here, and suits lingered, eyes sharp, testing us. The town buzzed, worry thick. Some saying, sell, Ethan, it's too big. I shook my head, my will hard, no, we're ours. I dug, found papers, shady claims, weak but real, a danger to our heart. The air grew heavy, flood scars glinting, and I saw it, our test, back, meaner. Maya rallied, film it, show them. And I nodded, my hands steady, the garage my base. The threat loomed, Apex's shadow long, pushing us, me, to rise again, protect Harmony Creek, no yield, no break. The threat grew, and I faced Apex. Final and fierce. In the square, mud faint, the air tense, they came Klein, suits, papers in hand, claiming our land, it's legal, done. I stood, boots rooted, town behind me, my voice low, hard. Not ours, not yet. Jenkins roared, no way. Mrs. Delaney gripped my arm, Tim squared up, eyes bright. I held their claim, weak, torn by my dig flaws, lies, enough to fight. You twist, you lose. I said, passing proof to folks, their shouts rising, our home. Klein's face fell, voice shaky, we'll deal, Ethan. I stepped close, steady, no deal, we stand. Maya filmed, her lens sharp. Catching our fire, their falter. I thought of the flood, my raft, saving lives, this was that, bigger, final. The crowd pressed, strong, chanting, Harmony Creek, ours. I showed maps, our roots. Built by us, stays with us. Klein backed, sweat beading, suit shifting, their stand crumbling. I felt Sarah, her letter, my strength, and pushed, you're done, leave. The town roared, a wall. Kids, old folks, united, fierce. Apex wobbled, their claim thin, our will thick. I stood, wrenched down, heart loud, facing them down, no yield, just us. Klein muttered, we'll go, eyes low. And I watched, calm, the fight hours. Maya nodded, Tim cheered, and I knew, deep, this clash, last, was mine, ours won. Apex turned, tails low, and we won, quiet, real. I stood in the square, mud drying, the air still, as they packed, trucks rolling out, their claim dead. No cheers, just nods, Mrs. Delaney's hand on mine. Ethan, you did it. I shook my head. We did together. Jenkins grunted, good work, boy. Tim smiled, bright, and folks gathered, eyes soft, strong. I felt it, a silent win, no flash, just truth. Harmony Creek, ours held. Maya shut her camera, looked at me. It's over, your strength. I nodded, calm, our strength. We worked, fixed a wall, debris gone, my hands steady, their thanks quiet, warm. I thought of Sarah, her letter, my steady hand, and saw it. Victory, not loud, but deep, ours. The town breathed, homes stood, the creek ran, our heart whole. No banners, no noise, just us, rebuilding, sure. I walked the garage, tools down, mud faint, and felt peace, a win earned still. Folks passed, smiled. You led, Ethan, and I said, you stood too. Maya's film waited, ready to show, and I let it, our story true. Quiet. The threat gone, our ground firm. I sat, letter in hand, my pain soft, shared by this place. We'd faced flood, greed, and won, silent, strong. I looked out, sky clear, Harmony Creek alive. My will set, our triumph, gentle, mine, theirs complete. We'd won, quiet, and now healing called. Maya, the town, a chance to mend, to grow. We'd held our ground, and now healing began, slow, steady. I worked the garage, wrench turning, mud gone, but the scars, flood, fight, lingered. Maya stayed, no camera, just her, a quiet force. She came daily, hands dirty, helping fix a car. Her voice soft, Ethan, you carried them, let me carry you. I looked, wary, but saw truth, her shift, cynic to ally, real. She talked, shared her own cracks, lost dreams, a father gone, and I listened. My guard easing, my pain less alone. Mrs. Delaney joined, too, her cane tapping, bringing soup, warm, simple. You're my boy, Ethan, she said, eyes wet, and I felt it, a min starting. Tim helped. young, eager, hauling tools, saying, "You showed me strength. I'm here." We worked, side by side, rebuilding a shed, sweat mixing, their care bomb. I thought of Sarah, my loss, the letter. And Maya sat with me, quiet, one night. "You're enough, Ethan," she said, hand on mine, and I nodded, slow, the ache softening. They lifted me, Maya's steady eyes, Mrs. Delaney's warmth. Tim's grit, folks I'd saved, now saving me. Jenkins grunted, pitched in, "We're whole, thanks to you. And we fixed a roof, laughs rare, healing." I opened, shared a piece, lost my wife. Long ago, and they listened, no judgment, just nods. Maya said, "That's your fire, Ethan. It built this." My chest lightened, the town, these people, mending me. We walked the creek, clear now. And I felt them, guides, quiet, strong, pulling me up, my wounds closing, step by step, their hands, their hearts, my cure. Healing grew, and I turned inward, seeking peace, forgiveness. I sat in the garage, night still, the tin box out, Sarah's letter in hand. My steady hand, she'd written, and I'd failed her, or so I thought, the crash of weight I'd carried. I read, slow, eyes burning, and whispered, "I'm sorry, love." I forgave myself, quiet, hard, couldn't save her, but I'd save them, here, in the flood, against Apex. My hands steadied, the guilt easing, a crack mending. I thought of the town, their cold looks once, taking me for granted, fixing cars, no thanks. I let it go, no bitterness, just truth. They'd stood with me, fought now. I walked out, dawn bright, and saw Mrs. Porter, hugged her. "We're good," I said, my voice low, her smile warm. She judged, but rallied, and I forgave, my heart light. Maya came, quiet. "I wronged you, Ethan." Filming, pushing, sorry. I looked, nodded. "You're here, that's enough." I let her in, her betrayal past, a bond born. Tim ran up. "I doubted you, man, my fault." Eyes down. And I clapped his shoulder. "We're strong, Tim, done. No hate, just us, whole." I worked, fixed a fence, Jenkins by me, gruff. "Sorry," I snapped. Flood days. I grinned, rare, together now, old man. Forgiveness flowed, me to them. Flood's chaos, Apex's fight, all loosed. I thought of Sarah, her light, and felt it. I was steady, still, worthy. The town buzzed, hands joined, and I stood. Mud gone, letting go of pain, of slights, my soul free. Theirs, too, mended, ready. We healed, and a symbol rose, quiet, strong. I stood in the garage, tools down, the town alive, and saw it, a plan. A mark of our mend. I'd fixed cars, homes, fought Apex, and now I built, for us. With Maya, Tim, Mrs. Delaney, Jenkins, we gathered, hands dirty, and started a community shop, a place for skills. Hope. I drew it, rough, on paper, a shed by the creek, clean now, tools inside, kids learning, lives growing. "This is us," I said, voice steady, their eyes bright. We worked, wooden nails. Sweat dripping, laughs loud, my heart full. Maya hammered, "It's healing, Ethan, our mark." I nodded, saw it, our scars, flood, fight, turning to strength. Tim hauled beams, young, sure, for the kids. "Like you helped me." Mrs. Delaney blessed it. "Our future, boy," her cane firm. Jenkins grunted, "Good, solid." And we raised walls, a roof, my hands steady, their faith my fuel. I thought of Sarah, her letter, my steady hand, and this was it, my gift, our bond, alive. The shop grew, simple, strong, a beacon in Harmony Creek, mud gone, creek clear. We painted it, bright. Harmony works on the side, a sign of us, broken, mended, whole. Folks came, learned, fixed, their grins a mirror, pain to purpose. I stood, wrenched down, and felt it, healing solid, real, in wood. In us. Maya smiled, "You built this, Ethan," and I said, "We did." The symbol stood, our shop, our heart, a quiet cure, tying me, them, our past, to hope, unyielding. Our shop rose, healing set. And now a new life called, steady, bright, ready to lift others, too. Healing took root, and a new life bloomed, steady mine. I woke early, Dawn soft over Harmony Creek, the air clean, mud gone. The garage hummed, tools in hand, but now the shop, Harmony Works, stood proud, our symbol, alive. I taught there, kids at benches, my hands guiding, showing welds, fixes, skills for life. Tim learned fast, his grin wide. You got me here, Ethan. I nodded, quiet, my heart full. Mrs. Delaney stopped by, her cane light, bringing bread. You've settled us, boy. I smiled rare. The town steady, home's up, creek clear. I worked, fixed a car, taught a girl to tune, my rhythm sure, calm. Maya stayed, helping, no camera, just us, planning classes, her laugh bright. You're home. Ethan, she said, and I felt it, a life, new rooted. Folks came, learned, left stronger, jobs budding, hope real. I walked the square, saw smiles, nods. Thanks, Ethan, soft but true. The flood scars faded, apex gone, our ground hours. I sat nights, Sarah's letter out, pain soft, her words, my steady hand, true again. I'd built this, shop, town me stable whole. Jenkins pitched in, gruff, teaching oil changes, and we laughed, a bond tight. My days flowed, worked a shop, helping, living, my boots firm, no chaos. The town thrived, small, strong, and I was part. No longer shut, but open, steady. I stood, tools down, sky wide, a life new, calm, mine, Harmony Creeks, set, ready to grow. Our new life glowed, and I saw it spread, inspiring beyond. I taught at Harmony Works, kids eager, hands busy, learning from me, from us. Word flew, Maya's film out, viral still, me in the flood, the fight, our shop, millions watched, moved. Letters came, calls. Ethan, you showed us. Folks far off, towns like ours, broken, rising. I read one, a girl. Your stand, your shop, pushed me to build, to try. My chest warmed, quiet, my wrench turning as I fixed. Taught. People arrived, young, old, from cities, saying, teach us, like you did here. I did, steady, showing welds, repairs, hope. Tim by me, strong now, guiding, too. Maya smiled, you're sparking. Ethan, lighting fires. I nodded, saw it, our story, Harmony Creek, a beacon. Online, posts bloomed, learn from Ethan, save your home. Views soared, heart stirred. A town south road, we fought. Like you, one. I stood in the shop, kids working, Mrs. Delaney cheering. You lift them, boy. I helped a boy, his hand shaky, mine sure, and saw his eyes, hope. Mine, theirs. Jenkins grunted. You're big, Ethan, and I shook my head. We are. We built more, tools for others, sent plans, skills, our fight shared. I thought of Sarah, her light, and knew. This was it, inspiring, quiet, real. Others rose, towns, people, from our spark, and I worked, taught, my life steady, pushing them up, a wave, wide, bright, ours. I stand by Harmony Works, our shop, sun dipping low. Casting gold across Harmony Creek, a vision of triumph, reborn, fierce. Kids hammer nails, their chatter bright. Tim guides a boy, steady, proud, while Maya drafts plans, her gaze warm, alive. Mrs. Delaney leans on her cane, beaming, the town pulsing, scars of flood and fight now faint, our spirit blazing. I see it, this place, our symbol, a beacon, built from grit, hands, heart. We crafted it. Wood and steel, a haven where youth forge futures, skills sharp, hope bold. I teach, my fingers sure, showing a girl to weld, her eyes wide, sparking like the flame. The creek flows, clear, strong. Mirroring our rise, a testament to battles won, quiet, deep. Folks gather, tools clank, laughter cuts the air, a melody of renewal, our bond tight, unyielding. I feel Sarah, her light, her words, my steady hand, echoing in this, our creation, a legacy carved from loss, love, will. Maya pauses, looks to me. Ethan, this is epic, a story for the ages. I nod, calm, ours together. Blazing. The shop stands, painted bold, Harmony Works, in stark letters, a mark of us, broken, mended, soaring. Kids leave, grins big, carrying skills, dreams, while I linger, boots firm, chest full. The sky wide alive. Posts flood online. Ethan's fight, Harmony's heart. Views climb, millions cheer, share, moved by our saga. A boy waves. You're my hero, man. And I kneel, quiet. We're heroes. Kid, all of us. The image burns our shop, creek, people, a frame of grit, glory, trending wild, a viral cry for the overlooked, the strong. I think of nights, letter in hand, pain eased. Now fuel for this, a fire lighting others. Towns call, inspired, building their own, our spark flying far, fierce, free. I stand, wrenched down, the sun sinking, our tale epic, raw. A beacon for the world. And I say, my voice low, steady, a quote to sear the soul, in the mud of loss, we forged a flame, quiet hands, loud hearts, lifting all. You, watching, feel this. Rise with us, hit like, share, join Harmony Creek's fight, support this channel, our journey. I'm grateful, humbled, and we'll bring more tales of guts, grace, promise. Stand with us, shine on. Unbowed alive.